Hello, healthcare advocates. This is Jada Harris coming to you again. This week we are talking about the health tool MyChart. I've had plenty of conversations with people in the community about the MyChart and its usefulness as far as taking care of your family members as well as taking care of yourself. We're just going to have a little discussion here about MyChart. I have not used it to its fullest potential, but I do know some information about it. I know that it is helpful. I have accessed it for myself as well as for my son, who has sickle cell disease and has, and as you know or don't know, sickle cell disease is a lifelong disease. He had it at birth. Sickle cell disease is a crippling disease of the joints and eventually affects the organs and different body parts within the individual. There has been some advancements with sickle cell. My son is, well, I have two sons with sickle cell, but my oldest son, who is 19, he just turned 19 this past week. And he has endured plenty of hospital stays, couple of blood transfusions, surgeries because of the wear and tear that sickling cells do to the body. So he is a trooper. And my youngest son, he has a double whammy. He has sickle cell and asthma. So the reason why blood cells sickle is due to the lack of oxygen. So for those of you who don't know, there's a short information about sickle cell disease. As you know, our blood cells are round, so it makes it easier to go through our systems with no problems. However, due to the lack of oxygen caused by illness or inactivity or overactivity, lack of hydration, which delivers oxygen to our bloodstream, the round blood cells sickle into a moon shape. And once they get into the joints, for instance, elbows, any joint of the body, it can cause severe pain. In some cases, the sickling, the clouding of different blood cells in the sickling form causes a jam of the blood and causes pain in that joint or area. But it can sickle in some of the major organs, such as your heart, your lungs, especially your brain, and cause problems there. It is a very serious disease. And with my younger son, because he has asthma, if he has an asthma attack, that limits his oxygen, which could cause a sickle cell attack. But praise be to God, my sons have not experienced it as other patients have experienced. There's children or adults, even adults, who are in the hospital once a week to get a blood transfusion, or they're in the hospital at months on end just to maintain the pain that is going through their bodies. So it is a daunting disease. That's why I've become familiar with MyChart. It lists previous tests, your health demographic information. If you needed test results and you don't want to necessarily go to the doctor, or you can't get a hold to the doctor's office, then the MyChart is your resource. When you use MyChart, it is limited information. I'm not going to tell you that it has all of the doctor's information that he has on you in that chart, primarily because of HIPAA laws. and that's health and protected health information. I can't give you the acronym just now, but it's health information protected. Therefore, listing all of your information within this electronic database would be a fallacy. So it is good that the doctor does not put all of your information in there, but much of the information that you need in order to take care of you and your family member is on the MyChart. How do you get access to the MyChart? Each hospital has their own MyChart system. So if you had a surgery at one hospital and your doctor is actually affiliated with another health system, then there could be two different MyCharts. That's the limitation of it. Is not all inclusive. However, again, it's a resource. It's very difficult to remember everything about your family member at one time, especially in an emergency situation. However, the MyChart has all that information in one area. So it's great to visit it as much as possible, print the pages and carry them with you in order to, if you find yourself in an emergency situation. I don't know how many times that we went to the hospital in the middle of the night and not have the information they needed. Gracefully that they had the information in their system, but if you are a family caregiver, you know that they ask you a series of questions in an emergency situation that you cannot remember. And in the back of your mind, you're thinking, okay, you have all of this on file. Why are you asking me? If anything, I can tell you, how he got to this point, where he's going from this point, because I've experienced it before. His demographic or logistical information is in your computer. So know what in the end, know what the system has, so you know what they're looking for. Plenty of times they throw acronyms or big words at you that you only become familiar with over a series of visits, where you know what hematology means and oncology means, and how sickling happens. We don't consume all of those things. I remember when I was first told that that my oldest son had sickle cell disease, I was devastated. I thought of it as the end. I prayed hard that he didn't have it. And even though he did have it, it has been a blessing within our family and in our life. He is an amazing man. And my youngest son, all my children are amazing. I don't think you'll find a mother that would not say that. But sickle cell disease has not stopped him. So this is about MyChart. When you have an opportunity, log on. You would get your information from your doctor's office. They will give you your login information, and you will be able to access the information from the leisure of your home. You could, develop questions to ask at your next visit, become more savvy in the diagnosis of your family member, so that you won't feel like you're in the clouds when they're describing what's going on. This is a journey. This is there's a lot of ups and downs, but I, as a healthcare advocate, will provide you with the information that'll help you navigate this system more effectively, so that you can love your family member as long as possible. This won't be the last time we talk about MyChart. I'm going to become fully invested in it for my own sake, with the illnesses that I have. So come back. We'll talk about MyChart and other information to help you be the best family caregiver that you can be. This is a journey, and you don't have to do it alone. So if you have questions, please email me at hcacaregiving@gmail.com.